Hey guys, so today, well, it's so early in the morning. I've got so much to do today, but I just wanted to jump on here and do a quick video. I'm going to try and make this one as quick as possible. So as you can tell by the title, it says products that I regret buying. I have to say there are a few highlighters in here. Sorry. Okay, so I've got quite a few things, so let's just get straight into it. One of the most disappointing items that I have purchased is the Dragon's Heart from I Heart Makeup. Here is how it looks. It looks so pretty in its box. I mean, it does shake, it doesn't come out, but that is something that is definitely scary to me. This is supposed to be like a dupe of the Too Faced Heart blush and highlighters that they have in their range, and this one, it looks really pretty in the box, but it's just so powdery. There's no pigmentation, and what does come off is just a whole heap of kickback of glitter, and it just doesn't do anything for me. It really doesn't. So thankfully this came free as part of a like 3 for 2 offer that Superdrug were running, but I still had to spend money in order to get this for free. So this is something that I most definitely regret buying. I think the original price is about £5, something to that effect anyway, but I would definitely say save your coins and get something better. Next I have the Clean Colour Mist Cheek blush, and this one is in Redwood. This is what it looks like. It's a little bit broken in the center. I don't remember it being broken. Now the reason why I don't like this one too tough is because I find it very staining. When you apply it on the cheeks, like I tend to just take a little dab and then just in circular motions I put on my blush. But with this particular blush, I just find that once you put it onto the skin and you try to blend it out, it just doesn't move. It doesn't go anywhere. And because it's such a deep kind of color, like I have no problem with the color. I actually really like the shade, but because this color is so deep, when it doesn't blend out, it just looks crazy. So you've just got a blotch of mauve on your skin. And this one is the apricot one. I had recently pressed, whatever you want to call it, recently, and I really like this shade. This one tends to kind of do the same kind of thing, but it will move. It does move. This one, once you've put it on your face, you're kind of like doomed. It stays where you put it. It doesn't move, and I just don't find that very helpful. Next, I've got the Lancome Ultra Wear foundation. This is a sample that was sent to me, but I'm just feeling like this is just not worth, it's just not worth me even applying for the sample, because the way this smells, the fragrance is so strong. It smells so much like perfume that as soon as it comes into contact with my skin just tends to start feeling very itchy, very tingly, and I just can't get down with that. I don't understand who would want, it's literally, I've said this before, it comes across to me like it's a tinted fragrance. It's a tinted fragrance as far as I'm concerned. It just does absolutely nothing. I would not be buying the full size of this. If I do ever want to use this, I would have to mix it with another foundation of a lighter color, obviously because this is too dark, but also because mixing it with another foundation will help to dilute that fragrance a bit. I can't stand foundations which have such a strong fragrance. Stop doing this, like stop doing this, it's ridiculous. Next I have the Too Faced Love Light highlighters. I've mentioned these before. These were so disappointing, so I'm not even going to spend too much time on this. They were so disappointing because they were just not as bright and as glimmery as they are. They're not as bright and as glimmery as they are marketed to be. It's just, and they're £25 each, and I went and bought all 3. And over here in the UK, I don't believe you can return cosmetics. I don't believe you can. The packaging for them is gorgeous. I'll show you one of the compacts as well. So not only is the box really pretty, but the compact itself is really pretty as well. But it's just such a shame because they look beautiful, but they're not gleaming on the skin as I would like them to be. Next thing I've got is this rainbow highlighter. This was fun to get at first. This was really fun to purchase at first. You know, it's so pretty. I have actually swatched it. I know you can still see the print that's on there, but it was kind of like just like swatch it a few times, once with a brush, once with my finger. It's not something that you can really use on your skin, not like this anyway. And even if you were to use these colors on their own, who is going for a green highlighter in this shade? It's not even like muted. Same with this blue and that purple. These are just, it's very, very gimmicky. It's cute to have, but it's not practical. So I would say don't bother to buy any of these rainbow highlighters. Next I have this Secret Flush cream blusher in 04 Nectar. Now this is something that I gave another try to. Now this is what it looks like. It's a cream blush and you can roll it up, but you don't really need to roll it up. All you have to do is like just swirl it around with your finger to warm it up and dispense it onto your face. I find that if you, this little cap thing here is quite cool because you don't want it to dry out, so that just helps to keep some of the moisture in. The thing is, when it comes to makeup, everything aside from your lipstick, when it comes to cream products, aside from your lipstick, you tend to top it with a powder product. So if you're using foundation, you then put a powder on top. If you're using cream contour, you then put a powder contour on top just to set it. Same thing with this. I couldn't just put this on by itself and leave it. I need to put something on top so it will be like a powder blush. But the thing is with this is that if you don't have the exact same shade blush in a pressed powder form, then the color of this is just going to disappear. So if I put this and I didn't have anything but a pink blush over the top, like a bright pink blush, my blush is just going to be bright pink. So what was the point in this? You need to be able to have the exact same shade in order for it to really be sufficient. So I don't really have any problems with like the formula or anything like that. I think if you are the kind of person who likes to use cream blushes on their own, this gives a really nice natural flush to the cheeks, but you're gonna find it's gonna disappear quite quickly because you need to top it with something so that it does not disappear. Next we have the Makeup Revolution Gradient Highlighter in Rose Quartz Light. This is it here. I absolutely hated this. I just find it so chalky. I just don't like it. It was only £4, but I think that money could have gone toward a better highlighter. It's very, very beautiful to look at. I do like the ombre effect that it has going on, but at the same time it's just not, it's not my cup of tea. It's just too dusty. Even this over here, you'd think, oh well, you could use that as like some kind of bronzer or to contour or something like. No, it's all ashy looking. I'm not keen on it at all. I would say just stay away from it. Then I have the Collection Speedy Highlighter. This is like a cream highlight situation. I find that this is quite dry, even though I do warm it up with my finger and dispense it onto my face and down the center of my nose. I'm just feeling like this is so dry. It's just dry. It's just so dry. I could never use it on its own. I'd need to definitely use decent highlight, like powder highlight as a topper to make it beam if that's what I'm trying to go for. But this on its own, it's just so dull. It's so dull. I just want to use it to get through it so that it's not a waste, because it does come off on the skin, but I could just never use it by itself. I'll have to use something on top. Again, cream products with powder products, I feel like they go hand in hand, but this is just such a dry kind of formula, and I found that from the get-go. And I got this in like a glossy box kind of thing, so I didn't really have a say in what was in the box. You get whatever they send you. So yeah. And lastly, I have the MUA palettes. Now these just feel like a dud to me, and you might be thinking, so why do you have so many? Well, it's simply because I got these, all 4 of them. Yes, all 4. I think I got this one here in pink parcel, then I got this one here in like a birch box, and then I got these 2 in glossy box. And the reason why I got 2 was because they were supposed to be doing like you choose which palette that you want. I don't even think it was these 2. I think it was these 2 that I got in the glossy box. I think this one came in the Birchbox or whatever. But it's like you were able to choose which one you wanted, and I chose this one because I do like all of the brownie tones, and they mistakenly sent me this one, and they're like, oh, they sent me an email saying, oh, we mistakenly sent you this one, we'll send you this one as well, and you can keep this one. And I was just kind of like, because there was such a long time between making the choice and it being sent to me, there was really like a month and a half or something like that between the choice and it being sent to me, that I forgot what I even chose. So I was just kind of like, oh, okay, I got a palette, who cares? But then they ended up sending me another one, so whatever. But I just find that all of these, they lack pigmentation. Some of them swatch okay, but some of them don't, and I just don't find that any of them really go onto the eyes very, very well. And it's like, yeah, so I just find that these are just so, like, they lack so much pigmentation, and it's actually quite a shame because some of the shades, they look really, really nice, but they're just not up to the par. So I would definitely say give these ones a miss. I'm glad that I didn't, well, I have paid for them because I had to pay for those subscription boxes in order for me to get them, but it's just a shame. It's just such a shame. So those are all of the items that I regret buying. Maybe you have some of these items, maybe you don't. If you do, let me know if you feel the same way about them. Let me know if there's any items that you reckon I should try instead, and yeah, let me know in the comments down below. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.